Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's another radiometer signal generator. But this signal generator can do both FM and AM. It's the type MS27A. And the frequency range for this one is 0.3 to 240 megahertz, so it's quite a wide range. It is also a carousel switch, I suppose, but it's not feeling like it at all. So maybe this switch is very, very small. We got some fine adjustments for the frequency here, and then this is the normal frequency setup. We got a carrier level, and we can of course select both FM or AM modulation, or of course CV, that is no modulation, and then the output level. As always with very, very old units, I think definitely it is a good idea to open it and perform a careful visual inspection before I power this up. I will now switch to a little bit older video clip where I show you how this looked when I got it. It was a little bit dirty, so now it is the nice and cleaned up version, because I always clean up stuff for videos, but I just wanted in this case to show you how stuff normally looks like before I do the cleanup. That could be fun maybe. Here is a very short before video clip just to show you what kind of stuff I get in. It is full of fungus. I bet you could grow a big farm from this. Oy, 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 this is where everybody's been touching. Oh, this is nasty. This it's a little bit smelly as well. And as you see here on the top, it's also full of nasty fungus. I should have probably have cleaned this outside, but now we'll clean it up using some special alcohol wipes, and I hope it's gonna be nice and shiny. I feel there was definitely something wrong with this color. Somebody painted this unit, and we got a clear evidence somebody spray painted this. And I mean, they added some tape around here. See? They didn't even remove this and did a proper paint job. And then they just painted it from the outside. But they took this outside of the case to do the paint. We look at the case. It is of course nicely, actually quite nicely painted, but in here, that is the original radiometer color, and we can take another radiometer right next to it here. That is definitely another color, right? Especially if we have them side by side. So that will be the two attenuators, the 20 dB per step and the 2 dB per step. So I guess, yes, exactly. See, there's a signal, or there's a cable coming from one of them to the other one, and so forward. And that will be the power supply. Yes, and voltage regulator in there. That is the different modulations. And yeah, mains transformer. That's definitely the DC filter choke. Yes, correctly, 20 Henrys. Those are very, very good, by the way, if you are making tube amplifiers and stuff like that and want to filter your high voltage, because tube amplifiers don't normally have any kind of ripple rejection on anode supplies, so you want to filter it real good. That's a very big, nice capacitor here. Selenium rectifier. That will be the Modulation switch is that one, right? Okay. I'm not too happy about that fuse. That looks a little bit rotten. So that I need to inspect. How about we open that? Okay, so we got a low frequency chassis and a high frequency chassis in here. So there's probably more. No, this is how it is. That one is the low frequency and the high frequency is in here, right? So that is how it is. So we will find some more tubes in there, and the fun thing is I only see 10 tubes so far. And did I mention this one is the 27A version, and I was only able to find schematics of the 27E version, and the E is from 1967, and that one got 13 tubes and 3 transistors. So definitely this is a different circuit, but I don't have the schematics for this one. And yeah, we see here only 10 tubes. It is really, really beautifully made. And I was completely wrong about the carousel switch. I really like to guess how stuff is before I open it, and it is a lot of fun to see when I'm right and when I'm not right. So here's the tuning shaft. It goes up here, and there is a very nice gearbox here with different ratios. So there's a potentiometer here, so it knows where it is in the tuning and can be, I think it can use this. Ooh, this one is open. I need to glue this. So it can use this value to compensate for gain and stuff like that. And here we got the different ranges, and it is selected, I think electrically, or is it just by this simple switch? And here is the output coax cable that simply just uses the output from the different oscillators, right? I mean, that is more or less how it is, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got what is exactly is in this box. I really would like to find out, but look at that. We got some screws that from the other end, and those are easy to open. But this, how do I get in there and open that? That could be a little bit interesting. But it's really, really beautifully made. And I like the way that all important calibration potentiometers, they're easy to access from the top. So that is good design as well. And we can also access some other adjustments here via holes in that shielded lid. I don't see any real bad leaked capacitors or anything else that should delay me in any way from power this up. All I need to fix is this fuse holder, but that is super easy to replace. I want to inspect this one as well. That is a nice potentiometer. Looks like it's, I don't know. That's a little bit funny. They are connected directly to chassis, right? And then, I mean, that is maybe how it is. Yeah. Don't you just love it when I am wrong with more or less all my assumptions? So that label on the back of this case, that was wrong as well. Because look at all those tubes here. I don't know about you, but I count 9 tubes. And then in here we got 4 more. So that gotta be 13 as the 27E model. So more or less I am lucky at it, and it is maybe very close to being the same model. That is lucky. So that is the gearbox. Wow, look at that gear ratio. Oh, this could need a little drop of oil. There's a very bad feeling to this, like it really is screaming for oil. And that will be the different ranges, and that is exactly that one I was talking about. Oh, by the way, there is a very stinker smell to this one. You can probably imagine old, rotten, I don't know what. But it is definitely not as rotten inside as it was outside. So it has something to do with people not having clean fingers when they're touching all the different knobs. And then moisture and, you know, time. And then just bacteria just grow all over the place. Because I really want to go inside this box, I found those screws here. So I think if I take out those 4 screws, I think they are more or less out. Maybe I should be able to have a little look inside this box, right? That is really beautiful. So they did not really care about weight. This is a thick aluminium casted piece, right? And see, there's even a logo here. It says Radiometer. That is cute. And this is just filters for all the different things that goes in and out of this case. Like voltages and modulation and carrier variable and this and that. So it's a good idea to filter all those kind of things. So you don't create all sorts of radiated signals down here, because there will definitely be a lot of radiated, the high levels in here, right? So all wires and stuff here will just pick up the high levels and then go out. So yes, you need a good filter. So they had to make it like that. How about the alignment of that hole? I mean, there is a little measurement book. See? Now the fuse holder is nice and shiny again, and I didn't even replace it. All I did was take out the fuse and use a little steel brush and clean it up so it's nice and shiny again. I also cleaned the fuse just to save a lot of money on the new fuse. Oh, that was cool. It's actually a guy who commented on one of my videos, because this is a common problem with those kind of fuse holders, and he said it was something to do with the nickel plating alloy stuff that they were using, and that kind of corrode over time with moisture and stuff like that. So there is a technical reason for this, and you've probably seen this a million times when you're restoring old stuff. I think I am ready now to do the first power up, and this is now off. Let's plug in the mains and be prepared. If there is a leak, the power's gonna go, okay? We're not gonna be afraid of that. Let's have a look if there's any smoke or any kaboom. So far, nothing. That is a good sign. So we don't have a leak in the input. We got light. 60, 50, 45. Okay, so far so good. Are we looking for smoke or nothing? I see nicely lit tubes. Let's go to auto level. We are in the milliseconds. So far, I don't see anything on carrier. Why shouldn't I see anything? Oh, look at that. We got output. What do you call that? Let me trim it. But I'm a little bit worried about the sound. I hear some funny sounds. Okay. Yes, so all that looks okay. I don't know if you can... Oh, we got a little bit of funny modulation maybe. What did I do with... Let's try something funny. See the frequency here? It says 20.0. I think that is just completely lucky because I didn't do anything at all here. What did I do? I am in 15 to 30. So where are we? How does this work? 15 to 20, is it? I can't even see, this scale is difficult. But it has to be that 20 here, right? Yes, 15 is here. And then it goes to 30 here, right? So yes, this should be 20 right about there. And it says 19.97. Now when I try to tune that, real nice. But I'm a little bit worried about this. We got three different, see if I single step, you can see we got, oh, you know what that is? That is hum. See? We got some low frequency modulation or something like that. Let me try and go much more out. Yes, now you can see it's going on, right? So yes, there's probably some capacitors, but this is not that much. Not bad at all. I'll try and play with the different ranges. Ooh, that range is a lot better. So the last one is real weak. Maybe I just need to... Okay, I just need to crank up the power like that. And then it is 150 megahertz. Let's try and crank it all the way up to... It was supposed to be able to give me a 240 megahertz. Oops. That is 240, right? If we look real careful, 240. And remember, this unit is from 1960 something. So that is 60 years ago. What do you call that? That is 240 point something. I mean, if you're not impressed, I don't know what. What will impress you then? See what I did? I took a little handy. So you can hear a little sound, right? But it is in constant wave. See? And it's still responding to modulation. Isn't that funny? Internal FM. And now. And here's our... Oi. Way too much. Yes, of course it works. So this is internal. Oh, this is AM. You can see that here on the scope. And my radio is not responding so much to AM, so that is definitely correct. And in FM, it is responding much better. Funny. How do we do this internal, external thingy? How is that working? How do I go external here, right? But I don't understand. That is interesting. Internal AM, but external FM. External AM, but internal FM. How is that working? How is that for anything good? I mean, Really? So I can't do one without doing the other? No. That is weirdo. Power consumption is 68 watts at the moment, and the meter is not. Ooh. It's so frequency unstable here. Listen. Especially over here. That's funny. Alright, that actually works. Cool, huh?